What's up? What's up? What's up? Today, we're gonna discuss Drake and that UMG case. Oh my God, have you guys seen that? UMG filed a motion of dismissal so they can dismiss the case against Drake. And UMG went in, guys. They went in at Drake. Oh man, UMG Euphoria Drake. Or maybe it's Meet the Grams Part 2. I don't know, but whatever it was, UMG came at him and be like, buddy, we ain't playing with you. You need to stop playing around. And that's what Drake been doing. Playing around, wanna sue like a little, and then towards Kendrick Lamar because he got his feelings hurt. Okay, so we're gonna react to Fantastic Hip Hop. And let's check this out. I haven't seen this video yet, so let's see what he got to say.
Put himself in with his label UMG after Drake's been running around and trying to act all tough as for some reason, the yes men working with him have made him actually believe that he is in the right. UMG has finally come out and responded to Drake, and really with how they have come at him and approached this entire situation. They just gave him their own version of a track like Euphoria or Meet the Grams. Because with how they just packed Drake up and called him out for every single lie.
OMG, he said the same thing I said. Drake got Euphoria, and he got Meet the Grand Part 2. Funny, huh?
He has tried to tell and every narrative that he has tried to twist all for his own benefit. What is clear is that the real beginning of the
Because he is a liar. He is a lying piece of shit. That's what he does. He lies on Kendrick Lamar, beating his wife, and his child wasn't his. So therefore, now he's mad. He is mad. He got whooped. Him and his fans, all they do is lie. Every day they lie. They be on Twitter lying, tweeting stuff non-stop. That's why I can't do too much of Twitter. If I'm on X and I to be honest with you, I need to stop because my algorithm, I don't even be following these people. And I guess because of the content that I consume, there's always BS on my timeline. And I don't like that. And between Twitter and well, I keep saying Twitter, X and TikTok, I can't do both at the same time. It's too much. If I'm on X and I'll just consume my time on X a little bit and get off. If I'm on TikTok, I stay on TikTok for a little bit and get off. But doing both at the same time or doing both a day, that's too much for me. Those apps, excuse me, sorry, those apps are so disgusting and so nasty and so toxic. If you consume too much of it, you're gonna go crazy. So please don't. Sorry for my rant. Let's continue.
end for Drake is now here. And before we go any further into just how bad this all really is, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as the Drake fans are so upset over this response from Drake's label that they are trying to do everything they can to cover it up. It has never been more important to support the channel. And so with that said, when it comes to Drake and the ultimate clapback that we are seeing here, just off the premise that people are actually excited about a label calling an artist out like this, that should just put into perspective how wrong Drake is in of itself, and with the response that his label has thrown right back in his face, the ultimate message that they make sure to show with every single word in this thing is that even when the stakes are this high, Drake is the biggest liar and hypocrite there ever could be. And just like Drake was doing with quotes.
Yep, and that's true. We would not be on UMG's side if Drake wasn't such a liar who wants to be on the company side. But because the way he's going about it, because he lost a rap beef battle and he can't take the loss, you want to act like a little boy. So therefore people are against him. You came for Kendrick, Kendrick came for you. Okay, That's what rap battles do. Now he wanna sue. He wanna ruin the hip. I don't even know why he is allowed still to be in the hip hop community. I don't understand it at all. Why is you guys allowing this man to do this?
With quotes he was pulling out of context to try and push his claims further and further. They do the exact same thing here, as before Drake gets the written equivalent to something like Meet the Grams or Euphoria, they quote a Drake lyric from his track Successful that says, "Yeah, I want it all, that's why I strive for it, diss me, you'll never hear a reply for it." And from this moment on, things only build up from here, and Drake really has never looked worse because of it. Because really, with the people writing this thing solidifying the outcome of the Drake and Kendrick beef by saying about Drake, straight out, that one of the most successful recording artists of all time lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated, and instead
Sure
of
did.
accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to save his wounds? Yikes, you really could not put into words just how ridiculous what Drake is trying to push across is. And as with this entire response, Drake's label is really doing what Kendrick did with Euphoria by telling Drake that if he takes this any further, that is something that he doesn't want to do because it's not going to end well. Really, the people representing Drake's label do an absolutely amazing job here at telling Drake and everyone involved of why this thing shouldn't go any further by just explaining that Drake's claims are absolutely delusional in the most legitimate way possible. And they do this by showing that he is twisting the way events have happened to try and build narratives that he conveniently wants to present here. And so with this, when it comes to the conversations we've been
He think we are dumb. He think we forgot what took place last May. I mean, start beginning of March of 2024. He thinking we stupid. The people have spoken. You lost, buddy. Get a grip. We're not dumb. Stop trying to change history, you or your lawyers or your fans. Just stop.
Drake has just made wrong choice after wrong choice. A lot of the smaller and forgotten about moments from this beef are coming back to haunt him in the worst way. Because just like it says here, Drake encouraged the feud. For example, when he felt that Lamar was taking too long to respond, Drake released a second recording in which he goaded Lamar to continue the public rap battle. Lamar did just that, and collectively Drake and Lamar released a total of 9 tracks taking aim at each other. Multiple commentators declared Lamar to be the winner of the battle. And just by
Taunted that man. He was begging for him to come out with that tailor-made freestyle in Tupac voice, so disrespectful, and Snoop Dogg. You taunted that man. You called him out. And he came. And he did what he was supposed to do, was to whoop your ass. And he did. Now you're mad.
saying stuff like this, Drake is now forced to sit down and get a lesson in his own recent actions, which are all here to remind him that he knew what he was getting into with this entire situation. And we see this more than ever when it comes to Drake's song Tailor Made Freestyle, which is such a pivotal part of this entire response from his label. And because of how much that track specifically is dismantling everything that Drake is trying to prove, it is more clear than ever that that song is really going to go down as one of the worst moves we have ever seen from not just Drake's career, but from any rapper in hip hop history. Because looking back on this track, beyond the awful reception it got for how it portrayed Tupac, this song is now being presented here as the admission on Drake's end that doesn't just show how he understood what he was getting into, but that he was so overly confident about this entire situation, and because of the mentality shift that we are seeing from then to now, there is firsthand and
Of course, he was overly confident. Everybody on his team kisses his ass. He thought he had this in the bag. Couldn't tell this man nothing. I'm Drake. I'm the number one guy. I'm the a rapper of all time. Blah 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 blah. Until that boogeyman came out, and that boogeyman Kenny done show him how to play. This is how it's done.
definitive proof of how Drake is just being a sore loser and that none of what he is saying is actually rooted in any sort of reality or any sort of care for what he is saying he is trying to stand up for. And I mean, from the misplaced overconfidence this all shows from Drake, to the way they state how Drake literally came out and told Kendrick to rap about his weird behavior that made Not Like Us the track that it became. And going even further than that, they start to state and express how the things Kendrick did say on that track have some validity to them, as to say the very least, they acknowledge how Drake has put himself within some situations that just look very strange and that nobody else would ever do. And now with Drake's label not just clapping back at him by showing that he is wrong and delusional for what he is trying to prove, but now by saying that Kendrick Lamar may have had a point with some of the things he was saying, you can really see how angry the industry is at Drake. And more than ever, how he has just lost absolutely everything that he once thought he had. Because really, due to where now Drake has...
Guys, I don't know about y'all, but my energy just don't feel right when I look at Drake. I cannot look at this man for too long, especially in his eyes. It feels extremely uncomfortable for me. I'm not. Is that weird? Am I weird for saying this, or weird for feeling like this? I really don't even like doing videos of him, but because of what I do, I have no choice, unfortunately. However, when I look at this man, my spirit just don't feel right. I don't know. I feel like a lot of evil coming off of him, like like devilish shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know if I'm explaining myself right. Or I'm not even explaining myself right, but I just don't feel comfortable looking at him for too long. Like my spirit just don't go with it. It don't match it. My energy is like whenever I see him, I'm like, oh my God, how can I look at this man for too long? Let me know if anyone feel like that. Comment down below.
taken things, the fact that the people who own his music are not even afraid one bit to now dive into his past and find out the reality of what Kendrick was saying, which overall can really ruin his reputation like we have never seen. And it's clear that if this goes on and Drake does not give up, it is really going to get bad. All in all, once again with this response, Drake's label is reminding him that he is playing a game that he cannot win, and that if anything, he can only lose like few other people have ever been able to. And so now for Drake, between this and just having to face being exposed for trying to disrespect the very essence of what hip-hop and competitive rapping stands for, Drake has just never looked like he has had less of a point for what he is trying to prove, which is of course saying a lot. And even Drake's label understands what this all means for not just the industry, but for hip-hop as a whole, and how rap beef has always worked, and how Drake is just trying to present a false narrative, which they really put out to Drake and everybody else by explaining the lineage of rap beef by saying, Drake and Lamar's feud was not unique in the world of rap. Rap feuds where artists trade diss tracks insulting each other have existed pretty much since the beginning of rap. A number of storied feuds have occurred throughout rap history, and they go on to list things Drake is very aware of, like feuds between Nas and Jay-Z, Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, and even say about Drake that he is a prolific rap feud competitor for having traded diss tracks with a number of artists including Pusha T and Meek Mill. And again, just exposing Drake's hypocrisy and making him look even worse. The songs that Drake released in those beefs are listed here and explored into depth, which once again showcase the double standard that Drake is trying to set and show how much of a victim role he is trying to manipulate everyone into believing he is here. Really, with Drake's label having to go so deep into the origin of rap beef and where this all started for Drake and Kendrick, and they even have to mention other people like J. Cole and what his role in all of this was, just being
J. Cole, another loser. And now with Kanye West, he is having a full breakdown on X right now about how he hated Not Like Us, the song. His hate for Kendrick right now is like all-time high. This man he is extremely crazy, and I hope Kendrick don't pay this man any mind at all.
At this point where this is where a rap beef has taken us should all show us why Drake is so wrong, because even having to bring hip-hop to this stage and level is the most pathetic thing we have maybe ever seen in the history of rap music. It is really that bad. And now bringing all of this together and really delivering the worst news possible for Drake and the end of the terrible points he is trying to make people believe, the documents go on to bring history full circle and state how Drake had no issue using his label's same resources and platforms to say some absolutely awful things about Kendrick Lamar, and they go on to state just how personal and over the line everything Drake said about him on Family Matters was, by using Drake's same standards and rules that he is trying to hold Kendrick to against him, and of course he just fails because Drake really did say some truly wild things about Kendrick there. And really, even by pointing this out, when it comes to this effort to show that Drake is the biggest liar and manipulator we have ever seen, they make him look worse than ever by showing that when it comes to using the label's platforms for these big commercial records, Drake was the one who crossed the line and said all of these terrible things about Kendrick first, which really just demonstrates how Drake wants to play by his own rules, which just breaks down everything he is trying to prove, because ultimately, it's clear that he is an absolute hypocrite whose motives for this entire thing that he is trying to present being way different than what he is saying it is. And so by breaking
He is a hypocrite, but they are calling Kendrick the hypocrite. Drake thought he was the big shot, the big guy, the shot caller. It's either my way or no way. So he's thinking, okay, I can go into this rap battle with Kendrick Lamar. However, he still want them to be able to do stuff in the back end to help him win. So now he's mad that the label really didn't do what he wanted them to do. So now he's suing. I really, really, truly hope that this case does get dismissed, because it will make absolutely no sense for a guy like Drake to win in a case like this. He needs to sit down, get off social media, do like Kendrick do. He don't post, he don't tweet, he keeps everything in the music. That's what it should be. Guys, I'm gonna stop it right here because I can't take too much of Drake or looking at him. So go ahead and check out Fantastic Hip Hop. He has a lot of dope videos over there, so check him out. All right, so go ahead and comment down below, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all think Drake may win, have a chance of winning? Y'all think UMG may get the case dismissed? How you think this is gonna play out? Let me know. See y'all later. Bye.